5-5. Week 5 in the National Football League.
Goes fast,
too
man.
fast.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Too fast. Too fast. It's got to slow down. Week 5. Look at that schedule up there on the screen. News out of Atlanta. Calvin Ridley not on the flight to London. He's out.
Ooh. Whoa.
So the Jets, second straight week, the number one receiver, the team that they're facing, not playing. That was just announced. Not on the flight to London. Sort of like Urban to Jacksonville. Not on the plane. Not on the plane. But Calvin's also licking his wounds. I mean, that's what they're doing. So he's out. So that'll be on in NFL Network Sunday morning.
Kyle Pitts, let's go.
Kyle Pitts, here we go. Make it up. Pitts. It's time.
Let's go.
It's time. Hit it, Mike Del Tufo. Hit it. Hit some music right here on the Rich Eisen Show. Hit it. Hit NFL Films music. Thank you.
I got you.
I've got 4 teams that need a win. Look, 1-3. You don't want to be 1-3. Anybody who's 1-3 does not want to be 1-4. So clearly, those would be the teams that must win this weekend. I get it. But when it comes down to location, where they are in their division, and who they're playing, and what was expected of them, and where they could go if they could dig out of these holes, I got 4 teams for you. First one up, Steelers Broncos. This is it, man. We're already talking about Big Ben's hip, and is the hip really covered for him, needing an AARP card, football-wise? Like, what's happening here? Can he dig out of it? The Broncos are coming in, with a banged-up team themselves. Looks like it's going to be Drew Lock there in Western PA. Drew Lock in your building. You should take care of it. Big Ben, here we go. Come on. Big week. They need a win. 2-3 would be a big difference than 1-4 in all these questions about what's going on. Number 2, Vikings against the Lions. You give the Lions their first win of the year, in your home, and you fall to 1-4, then it's more than just, we lost to Cincinnati because we fumbled it in overtime. Well, we missed a field goal in Arizona in week 2. No, you're a hard 1-4, and the division is, you could kiss that baby goodbye. Adios. And they need it. 2-3, much bigger and better than 1-4 for the Minnesota Vikings, who have designs in the playoffs. Because Kirk Cousins is getting paid like Garrett Cole. So he's got to get out there, and they got to start winning some football games and get into the playoffs. Here's another one. Monday Night Football. We're talking to Carson Wentz on Friday. Colts, they still have a shot at this division. The Tennessee Titans are 2-2. You're now 1-3. You beat the Ravens on Monday Night Football, and you go into Baltimore and beat a stout team like the Ravens, and you run downhill and win a game against this team, then you really can win this division. You really will also have a nice conference win in your back pocket. You got to improve. You got to just not only build your own record, obviously, but build your conference record, too. 1-4 versus 2-3. What a big difference that would be for the Indianapolis Colts. And fourth, we just mentioned him. They're not going to have Calvin Ridley. And this division has not one but 2 3-win teams in it. And the Saints being pissed off. You're 1-4 and you're the Atlanta Falcons, and you lose to the New York Jets over in London and have that long-ass flight back home sitting there at 1-4, and you let the Jets improve to 2-3 off the mat, and you're Matt Ryan and you're the Matty Ice or the Mattrell or whatever, and Zach Wilson beats your team. That would be a disaster for the Atlanta Falcons. So those are 4 teams right there on the Rich Eisen.
I think we need one more. All right, we'll get one more.
All right, we'll get one more. Well done. That's called production value.
Look at us.
This is not a one-win team, but I mentioned this yesterday, Chris, when you were out. How big is a win for an 0-4 team? Well, it gets you back on the straight and narrow. It can keep Wolves at bay. It can do all sorts of good for confidence, certainly if you've got a rookie quarterback, so on and so forth. But when it keeps the franchise's plan as straight and narrow as possible, when it's totally off the rails involving your head coach, when the plan is to hire the most successful college coach willing to come to the NFL in Urban Meyer and put him together with Trevor Lawrence. And this is a huge game. The Jaguars, out of all the other teams, need this win more than anybody else, because if they fall to 0-5 and look terrible in so doing, and it is, as I said yesterday, the personification of a no-confidence vote by the players in their head coach. I think the Jaguars will have no choice but to move on right then and there, 5 games in, and be done with it.
Not even on the bye week.
I don't think they would. It would take what's boiling in Jacksonville and just turn it up another 150 degrees.
Wow.
I don't know why I just chose that number out of the thin air. It's kind of weird.
Well, like 212 is boiling.
Oh, okay. So it's already boiling.
Yeah.
There will be no water left in the pot.
Right.
Oof. And those are my teams that need a win in Week 5 more than any other. So I gave you 5 for Week 5. There you
You think we need one more?
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.